This video is supported by CuriosityStream. There are many articles explaining why Berlin is chosen to host the next Gigafactory for Tesla, so I don't want to focus too much on that. The gist is, Berlin is the automotive heartland of the European continent with the best labor, land, logistics, supply chain, and energy resources. Here's a map of the automotive supply chain of EU, which gives us the supply side of the story, and here is the population of EU, which gives us the demand side of the story. Long story short, Berlin is at the center for both. Therefore, there is no question that Berlin is the right choice for Tesla. However, there are some interesting criticism for this decision. I want to weigh in on that. The most fervent critic of Tesla's new decision came from, as usual, Business Insider. This article in particular talks about two problems of the recent decision to build a new Tesla factory in Berlin. First one is that the European auto industry already has too many factories for the region's level of demand. And the second is that the European auto market isn't growing. Because of these reasons, Tesla is better off buying extra capacity from other manufacturers or to take over existing plant. And thus, this article concludes that Elon Musk's decision to open a new factory in Berlin must be due to his addiction to storytelling. Well, the first thing I would like to point out is that Tesla is not responsible for EU's auto production overcapacity. It is true that there is an overcapacity of auto companies in EU, and the EU auto market is saturated, but Tesla is a for-profit business that strives to make the best decision for its shareholders and customers. It is not an NGO for city planning. If there is an overcapacity problem, EU governments should work to solve it, not Tesla. The market saturation argument is even less relevant for Tesla, as we can see clearly from Tesla's growth last year. The Netherlands, Norway, and many other European countries have been the biggest growth story of Tesla. Sales in the Netherlands in particular went from 224 million to 427 million in a year, which only has a 17 million population. The whole of Europe has a strong growth possibility, maybe even greater than that of China. So if these aren't legitimate reasons for criticizing Tesla's new Giga Berlin, what is? In my opinion, the idea of taking over a local manufacturing plant rather than building a new one does register with the business of Tesla. It is possible. The article says there are plenty of plants that European automakers would be happy to sell him, and assume that Tesla did not do that before announcing this new factory. The logic behind this argument is flawed because it assumes that Tesla team and Elon Musk has inferior understanding of the industry and the region, and therefore they have made a bad decision to build factories in Europe. It's not at all hard to see the flaw within the assumption, and if we rightly believe that Tesla has better understanding of the market than journalists from Business Insider and elsewhere because of Tesla's billion-dollar stake in the success of Giga Berlin, there would not be any confusion regarding setting up a factory in Berlin. However, an early Business Insider story does point out some real problems for Tesla to tackle, focusing on the different labor laws and the work culture. This is a good point, as all companies need to comply with local laws and fit into the local culture in order to get the support from the German people and their factory workers. However, I do not see Tesla failing to adapt in Germany. If GM and Ford can do well even in China with the most strict regulations for foreign companies, Tesla can surely do well in Berlin. I have no doubt that Tesla has made a good decision building its next Gigafactory in Berlin, for a very simple reason. The first one is that Berlin has one of the best talents in the world, especially the pool of engineers available in Berlin is tremendous. Therefore, building the first Gigafactory in Europe in Berlin means that Tesla, when it faces some engineering problems in the future in manufacturing, it can find the best person, best expertise in the world to solve those problems. This is the first point. The second point is that if we look at all automotive companies, especially the leading ones in the world, General Motors, Toyota, Volkswagen, all of them are producing in the matter of millions. General Motors is producing, I think, 6 to 7 million per year. Toyota is producing over 10 million per year, and Volkswagen is producing over 10 million cars per year. As of 2019, Tesla only produced 500,000 cars per year. Therefore, expansion really is the only way out. Building factories, and even more factories, I think, in Berlin, in China, in the United States, is what Tesla ought to be doing in the next decade. 10 more factories to supply over 5-10 million cars if there is a demand for 10 million Tesla Model 3s, Model Ys, and perhaps Cybertruck in the future. This is really a no-brainer for Tesla to expand. The only thing that's interesting for me is who Tesla is going to cooperate in terms of producing batteries in Europe. That is, I think, tremendously interesting. And if we look at the history of Tesla cooperating with battery companies, we can see that when Tesla started building its first Gigafactory in Nevada, cooperating with Panasonic was the leading battery maker at the time in the early 2010s. But right now, according to a new research done by Bloomberg NEF, 73% of the global lithium-ion battery manufacturing is dominated by the Chinese companies, the leading ones being CATL and BYD. So it is really an interesting crossroad that Tesla has already chosen, according to rumors out there, that Tesla is going to produce batteries together with CATL in China. Is Tesla going to cooperate with the Chinese in Europe as well? I think there is a case for that, and I would be very happy to see what turns out to be in the coming years. That's all wait and see, I guess. This section of the video is sponsored by CuriosityStream, a subscription streaming service that offers thousands of award-winning documentaries. I've recommended CuriosityStream on this channel for quite some time now, and not only do they frequently update their documentaries available, it is a good way to spend your Saturday afternoon. They have the most complete list of documentaries I've seen, and so far I'm very happy with the shows. If you've decided to sign up, this episode on battery-powered homes is where you should start. Under Season 2 of the Catalyst series, there are many exhilarating episodes on how technology could change our lives for better or for worse. Other than this series, CuriosityStream has an entire section focused on transportation, which is something we all care about. CuriosityStream offers our audience a 1-month free trial as long as you sign up with the link down below with the code curiouselephant. Once your free trial is up, they charge $19.99 a year, which is only $1.67 a month. Another great news for our audience right now is that the annual subscription of CuriosityStream comes also with free Nebula, a streaming video platform built by and for independent creators like CGP Grey, Minute Physics, Wendover, and myself. There are many exciting exclusive contents on Nebula, so sign up for CuriosityStream to try out both platforms today.